the financial fair play, as you know, in La Liga doesn't follow the criteria of cash. That means that's why we couldn't fit in the first contract that we had agreed to with Leo Messi. And I can explain it to you if that's what you would like. And then, in order to have that fair play, Barca had to agree to an operation that meant that the club would affect the club for the next 50 years in terms of television rights. And that has meant that when I have to make the decision, I can't make a decision that will affect the club for the next 50 years. The club is over 100 years old, and it's above everyone and everything, even above the best player of the world, the best player who's been with us over the last few years, and we will always thank him for everything he's done for us. The club goes over players, coaches, presidents. I wanted to make this little introduction, and I will answer all of your questions. But I do want to say that the reasons why we have decided that we have to get to this point of negotiations is that there are objective reasons regarding the economical situation of the club. And an investment of that volume with the contract of Messi was risky. We wanted to assume those risks. All of us in the board of directors. But when we have realized what the real situation at the club is after the audit, it meant that we would have put the club in great risk. And the salary mass has a great deal to do with that. There's no margin after a calamitous situation that was all down to the previous board of administrators. If we terminate current contracts, that also has its risks. And the only way to have that salary margin right now was to accept that operation, an operation that we don't think is interesting for Barca. We can go into details. But it's an operation that puts at risk the club for the next 50 years. We understand that we can't do that. And I want to end this introduction saying that Leo wanted to stay at Barca. We wanted him to stay. The fact that he wanted to stay, it was the first step that was made. That was a key factor. He wanted to stay. I want to thank everyone who's been in the negotiation, both on behalf of the club and on behalf of Leo. We've been negotiating during these last few months with all the little intricacies of a negotiation, and there were lots of aspects that needed to be negotiated as well. It needed to be compatible with fair play. It needed to be of a certain duration, because he's the best player in the world, and he has other offers, of course. And after all of this negotiation, this process, there comes a moment where you need to say enough. You need to analyze it rigorously with a cold head and look at the numbers. And in the Spanish La Liga, we have to abide by the rules. We think they could be more flexible, but that's not an excuse. We knew the rule, we knew the regulation, but we couldn't abide by it because of the inheritance we have. Leo deserves everything. He's proven that he loves Barca. He has his roots at Barca and in Barcelona. And if you'll allow me a personal thought, I'm sad, but I'm convinced that we've done the best for the interests of Football Club Barcelona. And now we'll proceed to the questions.
Segon, donem veu a tots, d'acord? Lo de sempre.
Everyone will get to ask questions.
Vale? Comencem amb Brau, televisió.
Hola, president, bon dia. Des del seu punt de vista, m'agradaria saber, tot i que tindrem temps per parlar-ne, quin és el llegat?
What is the legacy of Leo Messi at Football Club Barcelona? Leo's legacy is excellent.
Leo ha fet història.
Leo's made history.
El jugador, diguem-ne, amb més èxits acumulats.
He's the player with the most success in the history of the club. He's been the reference of an era which has been splendid, the best era of Barca's history up until today. I hope we can overcome this situation. A new era starts now. There'll be a before and after Leo, as there was with other great players in the history of Barca. I wasn't alive for the era of Samitier or Kubala, but I was there for Johan, and Leo Messi goes along those lines. He's given us lots of joy, lots of sporting success. Lots of images that will go down in history. And we need to be eternally thankful to him.
Un dels aspectes que ha comentat és el famós tema del límit salarial. També s'havia comentat el tema de la reducció.
Hello, President. You've commented the limit of salary. There had been talks of players leaving to create that space. And is this situation irreversible? Can the situation be overturned and Messi stay at Barca? I don't want to generate false hope. And during the course of negotiations, we've known that the players had other offers. And there was a time limit, both for us because La Liga starts shortly, and for them as well because he needs some time. Because if fair play continues to be rigid, the player also needs some time to see what he's going to do and evaluate his situation and look at other options. We'd been at it for 2 months, and we've gone through different stages. The first agreement was 2 years to pay in 5 years, that would be paid in 5. And Leo was in agreement with that. He was always present in the negotiations, and he tried to make it easy for us. So the first offer was 2 years of salary to be paid in 5. And when we thought that that would be allowed in the regulations of fair play, the criteria of cash came into play, and it's not allowed here, whereas it is allowed in other countries. So it's all part of a process. La Liga also had its pressures because there are other clubs that want regulations and rules to be abided by.